All right, researchers, here we go. So for giving credit, the first part of this page is really about explaining why we're going to head and give credit to other sources. Short version, if you give credit to somebody else's sources, somewhere else you found the information, and that information is good, it's credible, it's believable, then that actually makes you look smarter because you went and found it somewhere else and didn't simply act based on only what you thought you knew or based on your own experience. So today, we're going to follow up on that study island activity you did called citing information. Today, you're going to open up your information sorting or information gathering document, depending on your class. And here's an example of one that we're going to use for this. So with that, we're also going to copy and paste the source box into this document, meaning this part here, that's what I call the source box. We're going to copy and paste all of that into this document, which I did below, and I'll show you that here in a moment. Hopefully you went ahead and already made the revisions that your teacher suggested for you. For many of you, it was the confusion you had between the website title and the website article title. The difference between what the whole website is called versus what that individual page is called. And you're going to go to the website EasyBib.com. We're going to use this as a resource to make your life a lot easier to do. Okay, I've already got one up and running, so I'm going to go to that one here. So when we're at EasyBib, the whole point of this is it's going to tell us what it needs, and it's going to try to find it for us. And the fact is, most of the things you're going to find online, EasyBib can find as well and cite it for you. It should be nice if you didn't have to type in everything all on your own. On EasyBib, you want to make sure first you choose the tab for the type of source you want to cite. So if it's a website or a book, for a book, you're going to type in its author and title and see if EasyBib can find it for you. For a website, you're going to paste the exact URL. It has to be the precise page. That means if you used multiple websites or multiple pages from websites, you're going to do this each time for each URL. If EasyBib search brings back on the correct source, click Cite. Fix of course typo there. Then click Continue. So for our example here, we're going to be using this website here. This is the website a student in the past actually used to gather the information. So I'm going to copy that with Control-C and take it over here to my new website citation. I'm going to paste the URL. There are a lot of ads on here. And just so you know, after you do your first citation, the first one is free and no hassle, nothing. After that, it's going to ask you if you're willing to take ads. You can watch one 30-second ad, and you have 48 hours straight of no more ads on here. It's a pain, but for it to be free and not to pay any money, it's worth it. Type in your URL, click Search. It's going to look for it. If I'm reading this, that sounds like the right article. I'm going to click the word Cite. It's going to tell me what it found, the title, the URL, the website title. See article title, website title, how they're different. The date accessed. It's going to assume it's today's date. Doesn't really matter. It won't end up showing up in our final step. They'd like us to tell it who the publisher or sponsor is and the date published. Well, most websites don't tell us that, but some of you found those things. So when it goes to the next thing, it takes a while to load the right page. So I'm citing the article. If it has the first name or last name of the author, you put that in. If you don't have it, you don't put it. If it's a corporate author, you can just type it in there under last name only. So if it's National Geographic, you can type that in right there. Otherwise, publisher sponsor that you don't really know, most cases. If it gives you a publication year, like a copyright year at the bottom, you type that in. This website, I checked it myself, doesn't have it on there. You type in what you can and click Complete Citation. And again, how do you find the information? Well, it's already here waiting for you. So we have the date downloaded. I agree, didn't have the publishing date and didn't have the publisher for it. That's all there was. So back on EasyBib, I'm going to click Complete Citation, meaning it tells it to finish. Gonna get there soon. And again, more ads will pop up left and right, and you have to be patient and wait it out. At some point in time, it's going to get there. Here we go. And it pops up. Now, one of the cool things that this does is it's going to actually keep. So if you do all of these steps on one day, which is why it's designed to be a one-day activity, you don't want to do part today and part tomorrow. It's actually going to save all of them. So you'll see I actually went ahead and typed in the 2 books for this assignment for the other student already. So it has all of them. But for this one here, to complete my steps, I'm going to go ahead and copy that citation. I'm going to go back to this document here, and I'm going to paste it under where it says EasyBib citation. Just like it appears on EasyBib, it's pasted there now. And I'm going to go ahead and repeat this for each source. So if I had a book, I'd go ahead and take the same thing. I'd take the book title, copy and paste into EasyBib, and it's going to spit back this. So interesting enough, the book they had said 2002, but according to EasyBib, the book was actually published and copyrighted in 2003. Okay? We're going to take that and go with it. Okay? So even though it may not look entirely the same, there's some punctuation differences, capitalization differences. One of the nice things about this is it actually gives us a pretty solid look at which book it is. So again, back to your steps. You do that for one source. Get the correct source, click Cite, continue, type in whatever you can. If it doesn't come up with anything, retry it. Check to make sure you typed in the title of the website correctly, the URL is correct, the name of the book is correct. If you can't find the needed info, and your teacher could not help you when you contacted him, leave it blank. Then you click the complete citation, and you're going to copy that citation and paste it into this document below the table. You're going to click Create New Citation and repeat those steps for all your sources. So what you'll have is a table for source A, that's EasyBib citation. A table for source B, EasyBib citation. And then you'll keep doing that until you have all of your sources. Most of you have 3 or 4 sources, so you have sources C and D. Okay? So your turn, where do you put that? You put that on this page. So source A, you go ahead and paste that table. Again, this table here, you're going to paste that right on top of it here. EasyBib citation, you'll paste it right there. So it's all in one spot. It'll take up more pages, so it'll push this text down, but you'll have all those things right there. I'm asking you to do this step so I can actually see, did you miss something, or did EasyBib miss something? And so I can have you fix that before we get too far along. But really, EasyBib's a calculator. If you type in the correct information and hit the right buttons, the calculator is going to give you a correct result. If you punch the wrong numbers in the calculator, in the wrong order, in the wrong places, hit the wrong buttons, you can't blame the calculator for giving you a wrong answer because you put it in. EasyBib gives you what you put into it. Once we have all those individual citations done, the next step is super, super simple. Works cited. On EasyBib, literally all we have to do is click where it says copy all and paste it below. So I go back to EasyBib. I click copy all. And I come back here and I paste it below where it says works cited. And again, EasyBib does it for you. If you tell it to do things alphabetically, which you're supposed to do, you don't have to spend all this time reorganizing yourself. It's an amazing tool, and it saves you tons of time compared to what students had to do even a few years ago. And like it says, once you submit it, then you go ahead on Schoology, and you're done. So your turn works cited. You paste your works cited listings, or copy all from EasyBib, paste it here, and click submit. Then you are all set. This is part 1. Part 2 is also going to be some of the use tools to get there. But if you have these steps done correctly, one day at a time, you're going to be amazed at what an awesome looking research paper you have done when we're all set. Email me your questions. Let me know if you feel like we need to have a Zoom conference for you individually or for the class to check in on this. Otherwise, if your information is correct, as it was with the information I gave you, the feedback I gave you on your information gathering and sorting, then you should be good to go with this step. It's okay if you have questions. You've got this, and I've got you.